Oh crap, I ruined the capture. Literally, right as it started, I ruined the capture. Oh no! Let me fix this. Okay. Is it fixed? Is fixed. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Disney Plus Pals. Starting off strong. Starting off ready. I am
We're
joined.
back.
I am joined by Jack of all trades and
Whoop whoop.
the lovely Sher the Dizwiz. And we have just watched Hawkeye, which, gotta be real, this channel has very little involvement with at all. Worst Avenger, 0 out of 10. But you
Would
know,
not avenge again.
yeah, would not have. Thumbs down. I
Hawkeye
sneezed.
who?
That's how little I care about this.
What are we talking about?
I think it's that guy from the episode of What If who had the invisibility cloak. That guy. Did you guys watch What If?
Oh,
Yeah.
Harry Potter?
Yes, we're talking about Harry Potter and his introduction to the MCU.
Yay!
But not the actual invisibility cloak. There's just one with like demiguise fur. It's not the legit death one, you know.
I would honestly like to know what Doctor Strange thinks about the Harry Potter movies. But yeah,
Then why are you waving sticks? What are you doing?
It seems insulting that all of the robes look exactly the same and do not fly like my cloak.
Good to be back.
Yeah, we're back. We're sticking around for Hawkeye. We couldn't get Facecam to work today. At least I couldn't.
And it's stuck too, because I'm wearing a ninja outfit and I wanted to show it to everybody.
No joke, Cher is fully dressed up as a ninja. Had a sword and everything. But
I still can't believe I have this thing for like 8 years and I can still fit this with my big boobies. Or yabos.
Okay.
It's like the reverse. I can't believe that Kate Bishop can fit in that ninja outfit.
Yeah, no, she has to be tiny in comparison to Clint, right?
Yeah.
Clint's like a big dude. I don't know. And it does look like it fits a little too well. Like even on grills that we see later, it fits him fine. But he's like, he's a little taller than Clint, so that doesn't make sense either. It's all a contradiction. This is the worst thing about the MCU ever.
It's a lot of overlapping parts, so like you can hide the seams and have it be bigger and smaller on whoever.
I just want to.
Sorry, but it is. Her hands do not fit perfectly in those gloves. Come on.
Yeah.
I want to say this. I guess this will sort of be my intro. Marvel, you are aware I like Hawkeye already, right? Because it really fucking felt like the show was trying to specifically appeal to me. Like they adopted my favorite Hawkeye comic. They threw in a Broadway musical number.
Yes!
They had a LARPing scene.
That's part of the episode.
Oh.
Yes.
I'm just saying, it really felt like someone out there was like, this Kneale kid, we really gotta make sure he's gonna like this shit. Unaware of my 12 years of loving this character. And after those 12 years, when you love something this much, you kind of get very high expectations. Which, it honestly might sound like I'm being a little unfair on the show, and that is because I am. There was no possible way this show could have met the expectations I had of it. But on its own, I thought it was pretty good. It wasn't spectacular. It wasn't the best thing ever. But so far, 2 episodes in, I think it's pretty okay, and I'm looking towards the future. I think they're kind of building, right? Did you guys get that sense that they're kind of starting? This is like the setting, the groundwork, and then the next couple of episodes might be the triumphant big bang that we're looking for. What do you guys think?
Hopefully.
Great review, Cher.
I felt that with episode 1. Episode 2, I'm like, okay, and well, even then, episode 1 had a lot of action in it as well. I feel like we're just going with the story. I wasn't particularly disappointed.
I think that, like, once again, it's a very specific thing for me why I was kind of disappointed. Because, like, you know, you spend your whole life wanting for this thing, and it gets here, and how is it going to live up to the idea you have in your head? And there were a couple of things where I was like, that's weird writing. Like, specifically when Lucky attacks the tracksuit guy for no reason. I was like, why is he doing that? Because in the comic book, there was a reason. He was attacking a tracksuit guy because the tracksuit guy was trying to shoot Clint. Here, Lucky just walks up and bites a dude. And it felt like there was no reason. Where in the
He's a good judge of character.
He's a dog.
Hey, dogs have feelings. They can sense trouble. I would know. I have 4 German Shepherds at home.
I mean, I get that. But if Kate would have tried to leave and then Lucky, like, the guy would have attacked her and then Lucky came in, that I would have understood. That I would have got better. It just felt really weird to me that this guy's like, oh, a watch, and then this dog is like, hey, stop it.
Yeah, I initially misread that as he went, hey, a watch, and Pizza Dog runs over, bites him, and steals the watch, and then Kate follows after him, was what I thought happened.
I thought that's what happened too. It really makes me kind of wonder why they're chasing down Kate. I think it's because they're mad at her for beating them up, but
yeah,
I don't know. I think if she had the watch, there'd be a little more reason. Which, by the way, I know about the comics. I don't know shit about that watch. I don't know what that watch is. I don't know why it's important to the story. There are actually a couple things I don't know about. Number one, in the comics, Kate's dad is alive. And her mom is actually faking her death during most of the story. So everything with the mom and the dad is completely new to me. Everything with Jack, who I know is the swordsman, that is also new to me. He's kind of servicing. They kind of put him in the spot of a different character, but his plot line of trying to get with Kate's mom. Again, Kate's mom wasn't like necessarily a huge character during this story. Is he
still a douchebag?
He's kind of a douchebag. His name is Jock in the comics, and he is essentially the guy who taught Clint everything he knows. Like, he was his mentor. So I'm actually very curious if they're going to adapt that and give them that backstory.
Is it kind of like with like Batman and like the League of Shadows or whatever?
A little bit. Essentially, Clint. I don't know if they're going to go into this in the show, so I'll talk about this. I'm specifically leaving out details that I know they're going to go into. Like, I know some stuff about Lucky that might be coming up. I know some stuff about some other characters they established. But with this, it's kind of hard to have theories and hypotheses when you know some stuff. But with Clint's origin, he essentially, like, he had an abusive father, and he ended up running away to the circus. And at the circus, he met Jock, who essentially took him under his wing, taught him everything he knows, got his archery good for a circus act. But then it turned out that the circus was like it was a front for criminal activity.
Oh, so it was not the greatest show.
No, it was kind of a shitty show, actually. So Clint left, but his brother Barney stayed. And that's kind of the origin story of those characters. Jack himself has been on the Avengers before, so I don't know what the plan is for him in this. I do know he had my favorite scene. And by the way, we're talking about both episodes, people watching, so prepare thyself for that. But my favorite scene in the whole thing was actually him and Kate sword fighting together.
Yeah. Oh, fencing. Oh, I've always wanted to learn how to fence. Oh.
It was fucking neat to me because, like, beforehand he's talking about how to make a risotto or something. He's trying to make food.
Yeah.
And he's like,
tell that to Gordon Ramsay.
Well, he's like,
whoa.
he's like, you gotta agitate it first, and then it will sort of fall into what you want it to. And Kate did pretty much exactly that. She got angry. He unarmed her. She goes in the other room, and he just stood outside listening. And she talks about the tracksuits, the ninja suit. And I feel like him giving her the candy was on purpose to see if she went to the house, because she clearly recognized it.
Yeah.
I'm honestly super fucking interested in this dude. Like, at first he kind of comes off as like a dumb jackass, but like, I think he's crafty. I think there's something going on with this man. But, ladies and gentlemen, when the show is under my direction, it is chaotic and it is not well paced. That's why we have the lovely Jack of all trades here who takes notes to bring us back to reality a little bit. Jack, what are some of your notes?
Sure. Well, again, because we are covering 2 episodes in one here, not going to bog things down too much and just keep it moving. I was super paranoid for that entire opening scene. Just because it said, fall out of the sky, and my mind immediately went, please don't be the building that the Leviathan falls on top of.
As soon as they said 2012, I was like, well, shit, I know what this is.
And then it was going along, and I was like, oh, well, maybe, 2012, that was a big year. We only know what happened one day there. Who knows, And, of course, it was that day.
I like the tracking shot where Kate is just running room to room. They didn't really
young Kate, good actress there.
Oh, yeah. By the way, I do want to bring this up now. Brian Darcy James, what the fuck are you doing here? I don't know if you guys know who Kate's dad's actor was.
No, I recognized him.
That is Brian Darcy James, who is a very famous by my standards, Broadway actor. He played King George in Hamilton, after a while, after Jonathan Groff left. He also was in Next Normal. And I think, in my opinion, most famously, he was Shrek in Shrek the Musical.
Yeah.
I mean, I personally credit him for making that musical work, because there's a million things that could have gone wrong with that musical, and he really made it work.
Yeah, I can't believe I didn't recognize it. I'm like a really huge Broadway. I've been on a Broadway hype train since the whole Wicked movie's been cast. So.
Ooh.
Well, what's neat to me, or I guess not neat, he just shows up and then he dies, maybe? I have a whole theory about his death that I guess we'll get into later.
Yeah, I'm thinking dies, maybe.
Suspicious.
Okay, let's just get into it now. You said maybe, Jack. Do you think he's still alive?
I thought it was weird we never saw a body, we never saw what happened to him. Mm-hmm. And then we commented earlier of, well, in the comics, the mum faked her death. I'm like, okay. Are we flipping? And he faked his death? / took the attack on New York as a chance to get out of there?
That's true. That could be what's happening. I think the mom killed him.
What?
I think the mom took advantage. Look, you can't tell me there's not something going on with Eleanor.
This
is like I
guess you had it coming. You had it coming. You had it coming.
City. This is New York.
I think what happened is, because you'll notice Kate's going room to room. She's yelling, "Mommy, Daddy." She's looking for them.
Mm-hmm.
Where the fuck are they?
Yeah. And then Mum just shows up as she sees the destruction and the hole in the wall and Hawkeye and everything. Huh.
I think what happened is they got in an argument. She looks out the window, starts seeing all this explosion, and thinks, ooh, opportunity.
Opportunity knocks. Shove him out there.
I'm also super sad because she was meeting with Armand, and fucking Armand threatened her, meaning there had to be a reason he threatened her, right? She had to pose some sort of threat to him.
Yeah.
something's going on with Eleanor Bishop, and I don't like it, and I don't want to bring up some of the stuff I know about the comics, because I have a slight theory I know what she's doing, but I won't talk about it. Here's the thing, though. I have no idea. What they're doing with this part of the story, specifically the Kate stuff, it's weird. They're blending some of the stuff in, but they're also changing it up. So there's a lot that's familiar, like the tracksuits are extremely familiar. Lucky, of course, is familiar. But there's also some differences in there. So I can't definitively say I know what's going on. I just want to be careful. And then the last episode of this show, like our last review, I think I'll go into what the comics did and be like, okay, this is how it's different. But until then, I don't want to spoil shit. So for now, I'll just be like, I don't fucking trust Eleanor, and we'll see if there's a turn or something.
It was Eleanor all along.
I think there's something big going on here. Like I can't help but notice that like there are these two families, the Bishops and the Jack's family. I can't remember.
The third.
Well, I can't remember if it's Buchanan or Buchanan.
I wrote it down.
It's some French thing. Because the character in the comics was
Duquesne.
French.
Duquesne.
I think that like there's going to be a lot of emphasis. I can't say words. I almost said impetus. I swear to God.
Emphasis.
You're emphasizing.
I think there's going to be a lot of empathy. Fuck, I did it again. I think they're going to focus.
They will be emphasizing.
Emphasize.
They're going to focus on these crime families. Is what I'm trying to say. I think that the Buchanans and the Bishops and maybe even Wilson Fisk could be a part of this. I don't know, but we'll see.
Yeah, it's given me a little bit Netflix Daredevil vibes, a sort of Fisk meeting with the heads of these families every so often, and we're going to talk about some stuff, and then we'll leave it vague. I was getting some of those feelings.
I was liking it a lot. I feel like your next note has to be Rogers the Musical, right?
Yep, I could do this all day.
I need to hear the whole song.
Oh yeah, they have to release a full version of at least that song. But there was some YouTuber did a video back when the trailer for this came out of like, oh, here's my pitch for Rogers the Musical and what each musical number should be. Mm-hmm. Was titled "I Could Do This All Day." So they win brownie points. Nope, right. I loved that he has a hearing aid now.
I give those brownie points too, though, Jack, because I did a joke on one of my streams where there was like picture Rogers the Musical, and I did say, the first song should be "I Can Do This All Day."
Nice.
Congratulations, Steve-O. I don't get any credit because I just want to watch it just because. So congrats.
But you're right about the hearing aid. That's from the comics too. Different circumstances. In the comics, he got stabbed in the ears. Here, it's just like, no, obviously.
Yeah.
Honestly, that was probably the funniest scene for me, where it's like, why do you need a hearing aid? And then it just pans to every time he was next to an explosion. Hard to tell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to get anyone's hopes up, but Jeremy Renner did an interview, and he was directly asked, could we maybe see more than one song from Rogers the Musical? And he said, I think there's two.
Ooh.
So maybe there's one more song in our future.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to get anyone's hopes up.
They should definitely make Rogers the Musical happen.
I mean, yeah.
Like, come on, Disney. You did Beauty and the Beast, you did Lion King, you did Aladdin, you did Frozen, you did Tarzan, you did The Little Mermaid, you did Newsies. Come on!
I'd be quite happy, even if they don't do it like on stage, if they do it as a just like the Hamilton movie type thing.
Yeah, even that's cool. I'm okay with that. Just make it happen.
Give us songs that us nerds can learn and sing and perform at karaoke, you know?
Oh hell yes! I remember when they were working on their cruise ship, one of the cruise ships. They were like coming up with a new musical, and the choices they had were they just said a Marvel musical,
Yeah.
Toy Story the musical,
Hmm.
or Pirates of the Caribbean the musical. And I was really rooting for Pirates of the Caribbean, but Toy Story
Yeah.
ended up getting made.
Which, side note,
Mhm.
Mr. Gibbs, the actor, showed up in the latest episode of Doctor Who, and it's the best episode of Doctor Who they've had in years.
Which actor?
Mr. Gibbs.
Oh yeah, I know the guy with the white hair.
Yeah,
Oh.
he was like a 60s era scientist looking into psychic powers and stuff. It was great.
What season is that?
I have
kind
no
of gave
idea.
up on Who.
The current one, it was just aired this past Sunday.
Oh, nice.
I don't watch Doctor Who.
Because the rest of the season's been so-so.
Oh.
I'm going to do a video talking about that later on my own channel. So check me out, Jack of all trades on YouTube.
Yay!
I stopped at it. Weirdly enough, Doctor Who tangent. I stopped after Matt Smith, I believe the actor's name is. I was really in it for Tenet. That's why I was watching Doctor Who, and then I was like, I'll stick around for the Matt Smith era. And then after it, I was like, okay, this is where I make my exit. But I've heard really good things about Capaldi.
Capaldi's great, possibly my favorite of the lot so far. At times, he has his great moments, and he has some questionably written episodes.
I'm really confused.
That's fine. Hawkeye.
I think Tennant and then Eccleston is my favorite, but yes, Hawkeye.
Thanos was right.
Oh, I hate that shit.
Right.
Yeah.
You know that's them referencing the fucking fan base.
Yeah. Come on, Matt, Pat. Get out of these Broadway toilets. What you doing?
I mean, the idea, it is extremely scummy to me because, like, you know in real life, like in Back Fwends and graffiti, you'll read, like, the meanest shit. Like,
Yeah.
And the fact that someone just wrote Thanos is right and an Avenger fucking had to see that.
Mm-hmm.
I would have liked to. I feel like this is why I'm like saying that they're building to something. I feel like Clint is gonna have a blow up in the next couple of episodes, where he completely breaks down about what happened to Natasha. He completely like breaks down about this hero status he doesn't think he deserves. I think honestly we're seeing the beginning of like an arc for him, where I think either he's going to accept he's a hero, or B, he's going to say, no, I'm not a hero, and just completely give up as Hawkeye. But I don't know, dude. He gets a suit. It's in the trailers. He gets like a superhero suit. So I wonder if the arc is going to be him accepting that maybe he deserves to be a hero, and maybe in turn, maybe Natasha's sacrifice wasn't for nothing. He deserves to be alive, you know? I think it's neat.
I've got ideas as to where that could go. We'll get into that towards episode 2. Yeah, no, I want to see more of the musical. We all want to see more of the musical.
I want them to make the musical.
Yeah.
Make it happen. Hashtag.
So then the whole auction, specifically the underground and the wine cellar auction. Okay, we're going to show that these people are filthy rich and have nothing to do. Triceratops skull. That'll do.
What a bunch of scumbags.
So I do want to. First of all, I'm not going to make fun of the fact that this means that Clint took off his costume after the Battle of Thanos and just kind of left it there.
Yeah.
But
well, wait, he wasn't wearing the Ronin one in the final fight, was he?
He was. He was wearing part of it. He took the Ronin suit appears to be like a 2-piece thing, and he was wearing one of the pieces. You could even see some of the gold from it. I think he was wearing the pants, so I have no idea how the pants got there, period. But it's also weird that he just dropped the sword at one point. That's weird.
Yeah.
But I do want to straight up ask you guys, because this is when the tracksuits come in. This is when they're going for this watch. That watch is the biggest mystery to me. I don't know what that watch is. I don't know what it's related to. But we see on the tag that it definitely came from the Avengers wreckage.
Yeah.
What do you guys think that watch is? Do we have any guesses?
Maybe it belonged to someone from the Avengers? I don't know.
Yeah. Initially, I thought, what you call it? When they said, oh, okay, here's this rope and stuff from the Avengers facility. Okay, so what else are they going to have from there? A watch. I'm like, oh, could it be one of the Pym Tech time travel ones? Which, wouldn't work without Pym particles, but still, that'd be a cool thing. But the one thing that the tracksuits are specifically here for, I have two guesses. Either that because, and this sort of ties into something I thought was going to happen. Either I thought the tracksuits were working for/with, especially when they said their boss was a her. I thought it would be something with Yelena. And that this was, like Natasha's watch or something, and she just wants it for sentimentality. My other guess is that it's some Stark Tech thing, like the Edith glasses or something.
I think it makes sense if it's Stark Tech.
Yeah.
I'm trying to I'm trying to remember if there's a scene where I saw any Avenger wearing a watch. Besides the time travel stuff.
You've got Tony's one that turned into a gauntlet that he uses in Civil War.
Yeah,
Maybe.
It could be Stark Tech. I think that that's a strong case. However, it also makes me question a little bit how they would know that it's Stark Tech. And here's what I kind of came up with. The character at the end. Do you guys mind if I talk about her a little bit and her origin? Because this is me doing theories. I can say nothing if you want me to.
Keep it relatively vague. And even though it's the MCU, so it'll be slightly different anyway. But go for it.
I know her name, and she has an adopted father who is a crime lord.
Okay.
And I'm wondering if maybe this could be connected to that. But in my head, I was like, okay, well, that doesn't make a lot of sense. Why would this crime lord's watch be at the Avengers campus? But then I thought about it a little more, and I was like, well, this crime lord's rich, and they're like a businessman. So I wonder if maybe Tony Stark won this watch in like a poker game or something, and they're trying to get it back now that he's dead.
Yeah, I can see that.
It's weird to me because in that room, like, you have the Ronin suit, which clearly could have been used to like implicate Clint. You have the sword, which is just cool. Assumably other Avengers-related auctioning tools.
Yeah.
And yet they want to watch.
Which what makes me think that might be like your idea that maybe Tony won it in a poker game. There's some. It's not the value of the item itself; it's the perceived value from someone else.
I do also wonder, like, if Tony did win it in a poker game, maybe he won it not knowing what it was, and maybe there's like a key inside of it or something. I don't know.
Yeah, and I don't know what happened to it because Pizza Dog, lucky, ran over, bit the guy, ran off. We haven't seen it since. So I half wonder if this is like a Cowboy Bebop thing where, oh yeah, we have the dog. Oh, the dog ate something. Well, we're going to have to keep the dog safe now.
You think the dog ate the watch?
Yeah, that's my guess. Does that be a reason, maybe? Well, even then, what connection? What would Lucky's connection be with the dog prior to this moment, or be with the watch prior to this moment? I don't know.
I mean,
I'm good. Lucky ate the watch for now.
I think that's smart. I too thought Lucky just took it.
Hmm.
Like that's what I thought at first. I thought Lucky took it and then Kate was gonna get it, and then that's why they're chasing her. But
Yeah.
it's also weird to me that like. By the way, I love the tracksuits. They nailed them from the comics. A rule in the comics is every time they're on screen, at least one person needs to say the word bro.
Bro.
And here they fucking nailed that.
Yeah.
I adored that. The one in the black trench suit, his name is Ivan.
Yeah.
Uh,
Caught
he,
that.
he seems to be the one saying bro the most. Like I remember just here the first time I heard him speak is when he was like, "Cozy, stop, bro," and he just turns around. It's like I'm nostalgic when I see these guys on camera because I've read so much about them, and now they're real. It's weird. But yeah, I have no clue what the watch is. Um, I have no clue who killed Armand. Although I have a sneaky guess. Do you guys have any theories on that? Do you think it's
There's
Jack?
only there's only murders in the building.
Yeah, I think we're definitely being directed to think it's Jack, in
Which
which
means
case,
it's not Jack.
not Jack.
I don't think it's. I think it's too obvious.
Yeah. I mean, it could be. It could be, and he's just sort of this counterpoint to Kate that we're going to have because, okay, you had them fencing, and you saw that he was easily able to disarm her when he wanted to.
Mm.
Setting us up for them to have a sword fight at the end, the big climax, cool. So I could see it being him, but that's the easy answer. I want something else. Let's see.
I think it's Eleanor. I'm very sus of Eleanor in general, but they had that conversation, man.
Yeah.
They had that discussion where it was like they were hostile to each other, and then he ends up dead that same day. Although there could be potentially Jack, if you're right about the dad being alive, maybe he saw that and he went for Armand.
Maybe.
I don't freaking know. It's weird to not know. It's weird to know so much about the story and not know the key details. You got any guesses, Cher?
About who? I'm sorry.
About who killed Armand?
No.
I think it was Iron Man's ghost.
No. It's someone that Tony Stark pissed off when he was alive. Come on, follow the trend here.
Oh yeah, Sandman. Yeah, sure. Another Spider-Man villain. I mean,
And that's basically episode 1. Yeah.
wait, there is one more character we haven't thought about actually. Yelena Belova.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We know she's
Is she
coming in.
confirmed showing up?
Well, here's the thing. It's heavily rumored, it's heavily hinted that she's showing up, and if you've seen the after credits for Black Widow, you can make the assumption.
Yeah.
But I think it's possible it was her, but I can't think of a reason why. It seems pretty unrelated for her to do this. Especially because the kill did happen with a sword. So to me, that sounds like Eleanor is trying to blame Jack.
I think because it happened with a sword, it looks like we're going for Jack. And because Kate showed up in the Ronin suit, my assumption was, oh, and the Ronin sword will be left at the crime scene as well, so we'll be able to start pinning it on this. If that was the case, then I think, oh yeah, look, Yelena using the sword that was Clint's, trying to pin it on him, get him in trouble, get him to come out of the woodworks or something. But I think Jack still has that sword, so I don't know.
Yeah. He should still have it.
He put it in his jacket pocket. I haven't seen it since.
Although theoretically, if they can, I'm thinking from Clint's perception. If he still has that sword, and Kate is still being accused of the murder, they might be able to just pin it all on Jack. Because he literally has, like, the Ronin sword. So you could just be like, oh, it was him in the Ronin suit, not Kate. And they could just lie to the cops.
Yeah.
I don't know if the heroes would do that, but there's an out here, is what I'm saying.
Maybe.
I mean, I do think that's pretty much episode 1. How did we feel about Kate?
I really like her.
I think she's spunky.
So what's neat about Kate is she weirdly seems to be an adaptation of what Hawkeye's role was in the comic. Because, movie Hawkeye is like a different character now.
Yeah.
So what's weird about Kate is it seems to be like she's the one who gets Loki. She's the one who pisses off the tracksuits. She's kind of taking over Clint's role to a degree, and I'm okay with it because they are different characters. So now I get like an adaptation of the Hawkeye I really liked before, and this new Hawkeye I really like. So it's kind of like the best of both worlds.
Mix it all together.
Hannah Montana. But with that, do we want to go into episode 2?
Sure. Just before we do, I've got two things that I did not like from episode 1.
Okay.
Because I have to be picky. And because I did this before Falcon and Winter Soldier, so I have to be picky about the technicals. There was one shot that looked really fake.
Oh.
Which is a bizarre one, because I don't know how it looks this bad, because it's a really simple thing. It's a close-up on... I keep on calling him Harlan, just because of Knives Out. Armand Duquesne III.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a close-up on his body when Kate goes to sort of roll him over a bit to see his face. That body is not lying on that floor, and that shadow is not real.
Wait, really?
I don't know if he's... the shadow looks so fake. I don't know what's up with the lighting in that shot. My eyes just picked up and like that. I don't know why you did that. What happened here? Did you all then realize, oh, well, we packed up the set, we don't have that carpet anymore. Just stand in front of a green screen, we'll do it in post. I don't know why. That shot looks so fake, and I can't accept, I don't understand why. Just buy a new carpet.
I watched that scene twice. I watched the episodes twice each. And I did not notice that. So now that you've brought it up, I hope you realize you've ruined the episode for me. Because I'm going to see that every time now.
I did this with Falcon Winter Soldier too, when you're beating this guy with a shield and he's not even bloody. What's going on here?
I think the only problem I had with the show is I think Jeremy Renner is having a little bit of issue emoting here at the beginning, but maybe he just doesn't have the material yet. Because when him and Kate were doing things, I thought their chemistry was great and he was really funny. But when it's just him on his own, it wasn't super working for me. You were saying, Jack? Jack, hello?
Hello?
Oh.
I can hear you.
Okay,
Were you saying something?
Yeah, I think I agree with that, but I think that sort of, as Kate brings up in the next episode, that's just sort of his almost persona to a certain extent. It's just the sort of stoic and the sort of shadows doing his own thing of the group of the Avengers to a certain extent. So I think that's just kind of Jeremy Renner's face when he's not got anyone to bounce off.
Maybe I'm just being picky. I think
I'm complaining about a CGI carpet. You can be as picky as you want.
Well, I think that his best scenes were when he was with Lila. Like, every scene he had with his daughter was really good. And then any scene he had with Kate. I I think that fundamentally, as an actor, Jeremy Renner is at his best when he's bouncing off of people. I did also really like the LARP scene, though.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yes, in episode 2, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna maybe had like flashback like 3 years ago when I went to the Las Vegas Renaissance Fair. I was dressed up as like a gypsy, and
Nice.
I kicked this dude's ass in a sword fight.
Just like Clint, you're the Hawkeye of our group now.
Although I do feel like he was going easy on me because you know they have to go easy on the people. You're not supposed to go hard, but I definitely kicked his butt for sure, and a lot of people were worried about that.
I mean,
I kind of let my inner third degree black belt show up, so
you
yeah.
killed a man. You just killed a man, and that's okay.
And then you burnt his corpse. Come on.
It happens.
We've all done this.
I killed a guy on the way to this review. It's
I lost
fine.
an arm. I lost an arm that day too, but I still held on with one arm.
Also, what's weird to me, there is one thing, like, I get why he's doing it, but, like, he's really obsessed with getting home to his family for Christmas. I get that. I understand that. Clint, there's been a murder. You need to figure that out. You're a part of this now. There's a girl you need to protect. I understand Christmas is important. There's been a murder, sir. Priorities.
Safety is the highest priority. I would know. I'm in environmental now.
But also, you know, man's family was snapped out of existence for 5 years.
Yeah, that's true too. So he's.
Yeah, no, that one's a nitpick. I think my only really, like, the only thing where I'm like, okay, this is a problem, is at the beginning of the show, it kind of feels slow to me. These past couple episodes, they really, to me, feel like build-up. But that's okay, because if you're building up to, like, a big payoff, that's fine. And I've seen some scenes in the trailers that imply there's some really cool stuff coming later down the line. So, like, I'm willing to sit down and wait while the roller coaster goes uphill. Like, I think that's what it is.
Oh, really goes. I have a fear of heights, though.
You also have a fear of clowns, which might be a problem later.
No. We don't talk about you know who.
We're not talking about you know who. We're talking about a character from the
Voldemort.
comics. He who must not be named.
The being that must not be named.
But, Jack,
The creature.
your notes for episode 2, my friend. Oh, wait, do we want to rate episode 1 real fast?
Oh.
Oh, yeah, sure.
I know mine. I knew as soon as the episode ended, and I thought when I watched it again, it would probably change. But no, I'm sticking with this rating. I'm going to say 8. It's solid. It's good. It's not in any way bad. It's really good. It's not quite to the point where I'm super excited yet, though. Like, I think that's what Falcon and Winter Soldier had that kept hyping me up. With Loki, I think I gave it a 10 out of 10 on episode 2. It's not even fair to compare it to Loki. But again, I think we're going to get there. Like, I think this is just the beginning, which it quite literally is. And then down the line, we're going to get some more action-packed stuff where I want to feel for these characters a bit more. I want to deep dive into Clint's character. And
More in depth.
I do think that's coming. All of these Marvel shows so far have done an excellent job of, like, really showing the insides and outs of these characters. And I hope this is not the exception to that rule. But as is, I had a lot of fun with episode 1. It's an 8. It's fine. It's good. It's pretty good.
Nice. I think I agree. I did like the episode a lot. I did have to flick back and just see, for reference, what did I give some previous episodes of other shows? I think, because I went in and saw this, I'm like, okay, anything above 5 is good, anything below 5 is bad. It's above 5. It's not the pinnacle of Loki, so it's not a 10. And it's a 7.
I think 7's fair.
Yeah.
I'm with you there. I was kind of thinking maybe a 7, but I hope it's not my own bias getting the best of me. But I think there's enough interesting stuff and stuff that could be delivered on. Like, specifically, the track scenes keep making me laugh my ass off. And I really liked Rogers the Musical for the first episode. And I want to see where this stuff with Clint goes. Like, I'm not excited, but I'm interested. You know? Like, I'm like, okay, you've got me.
Yeah.
That's kind of why I'm giving it an 8 for now. When I start getting all pumped up, I assure you we'll start getting the 9 territory. But for now, solid 8. Sher, my lady, what do you have?
Oh yeah, I realize I haven't really been talking much.
Oh, you're good, man.
Okay. Well, I thought it was solid, not perfect. I will admit, like the beginning part with like Kate and her friends, I felt like that was a little bit of like her titular. Oh, she's a little bit of a troublemaker, and her mom like reprimands her for her actions and stuff. I kind of get sometimes tired about those type of characters, but I think she's spunky. She has a good personality. She's a very very well, I think in my opinion, a very well-rounded character. Clint and his family, I think it's really sweet. A little concerned about the whole Christmas aspect, like the whole like I'll be home in like 5 days. The whole like I promise I'll be home by Christmas. And we all know how that movie turned out. Though I'll be home by Christmas wasn't good. It's not a good movie. But anyways, best part of the episode, Rogers musical. I freaking love Broadway musicals. If I haven't said so on this channel, I love Broadway musicals. Wicked is my favorite. I'm very excited that the Wicked movie is supposed to be coming out with Ariana Grande as Glinda.
Hawkeye.
I know.
I derail this with Doctor Who. We can derail about Wicked. It's fine.
I have changed for good. Anyways, like the auction, that was cool. I love the fight scenes. I'm a real sucker for fight scenes, especially martial arts. Kind of love the fight scenes. So.
The thing in episode 2 where Clint grabs the Molotov, that fucking got me.
Yeah. I'm glad that was early on in the show, because I was like, oh, it's a really cool moment in the trailer.
Right.
There'll be plenty more to come. Good.
Yeah, good fight choreography. Very, very impressive. And yeah, I really say an 8.
Nice.
I think 8 and 7. I was taking a drink. I think 8 and 7 are probably the fairest rating because, like, it was good. It wasn't great. Like, it wasn't extremely fantastic, oh my god. But it was pretty damn good. I liked it.
Nice.
Now,
so that's a 23 out of 30.
Yeah. That's not bad for a first episode.
No, not at all.
I mean, when you look at Loki. But yeah, I still...
We can't compare everything to Loki.
We can't. It's unfair. But Jack, go ahead with your notes of episode 2.
Yeah, episode 2. I liked all the back and forth between Kate and Hawkeye really in this episode because this is when they properly started interacting. And that was just great fun. Her runs up to take off the outfit, comes back down. Can you sign my bow? Okay, cool. But then can you sign my bow? There's a lot of good jokes and just banter between the two of them that I really enjoyed throughout this.
A bag of money would be useful to me. Again, this is where I kind of feel like this is where the character and the actor kind of blend. Where it's, it's fundamentally Clint needs this to just be over, but he also wants to protect this kid. So he's kind of stuck, and he knows he's stuck, and he's pissed off about it. So I think to some degree he's like taking it out on Kate just a little bit. But I do think as we get there, they're gonna be like they're gonna become buddy buddy. Like I'm sure of it.
Yeah. Like I wrote down, Clint's a good dad. To his kids, also kind of to Kate here. There's a lot of sort of almost a wee bit of tough love, but she lost her dad right at the start, so she needs an inspirational father figure. I quite like the dynamic.
Yeah, I'm liking it. I think Kevin Feige has kind of figured out the strength of this character. Because originally this was going to be a movie. I don't know if you guys knew that.
Nope.
But
I did not know that.
well, during the like production of the movie, I believe it was Kevin Feige who was like, this kind of needs to be a show because we need to focus more on like building up the characters and stuff and their like connections to each other. And it's really smart that he identified that right off the bat because we're already seeing it with like Lila has set up these expectations that Clint needs to meet for Christmas, and it almost feels like Lila specifically has kind of been helping Clint through losing Nat. Like she's the one to go outside and be like, "Hey, I know she was your friend. I'm sorry," and he hugs her, and that seems to help him a little.
Yeah, I thought that was sweet.
It's the point I liked in episode 2 as well that we sort of get a confirmation because I was a little worried from the trailers. It's like, oh, is Linda Cardellini going to be in this? Why is Hawkeye just spending time with the kids? Are they separated? Are they divorced? Oh my god, what happened? No, they're all good. We're fine.
I legit thought it was they just didn't want to hire Linda Cardellini again. Like I thought it was we don't need her this time.
But I like that she is seeming that he has very much kept her in the loop with all this. Like just when it's the kids making the gingerbread houses and she goes aside, and he's like, "Oh, some buddies in tracksuits." Like, "Oh, those guys again." He talks about, I think they say a wardrobe malfunction or something in reference to the suit. And she knows this. She knows about him being the Ronin. So she knows everything he did during those 5 years and still forgives him and accepts him. And I'm glad he's got her as an anchor there.
I want to see a show about how they met because I'm wondering, like the way she talks, I'm wondering if she was an agent too. You know.
In which case, Tony was right back in Age of Ultron.
These are tiny agents. I think my favorite thing in this episode, and I think we're going to have to get used to me saying this, I think my favorite thing was the tracksuits. Specifically when, like, the fire hydrant comes down and he's like, "Is that all you got? Throw another one!" I really liked Clint this episode. My only problem is I wish he would have had a little bit more fun while LARPing. Like, I think I would have gotten more into the character there. But at the end, when he leaves, he's got a smile on his face. He says bye to Grills.
Yeah, I'm sure he was smiling a wee bit when he's sort of fighting his way to Grills. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I actually had to confess, and I can't believe, even after 3 years of going to a Renaissance fair, I had no idea what LARPing was.
Oh my god!
I failed you as a friend.
I thought it was something totally different.
What did you think?
What did you think it was?
I don't want to say.
What?
Not safe for work, I assume. Okay.
Did you think it was a sex thing? I mean, okay.
You're overestimating nerds.
I mean, to be fair, like, could be a sex thing. Who knows? Teach their own.
Good night, everybody. Good night.
I watched these first 2 episodes with my youngest brother. Anyone here from my channel, Small Gun, my little brother, watched it with, and he didn't know what it was either. So I just paused and went, "Okay, You remember F-chlorping from Gravity Falls? Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Is that foam and cardboard legitimate outdoor roleplay?
And
That's what he didn't know LARPing.
Yeah,
Pretty
yeah.
LARPing, but not LARPing.
I don't know what happened to me over the past 5 months since I haven't seen you guys, but I think I've lost it.
well, here's the thing. You know how they mentioned like they go till midnight, Share? That's a real thing. There are some LARPs that last days and involve camping. Like
Yeah,
you literally just stay in character for like 3 days and you camp outside, and there can be like raids on your camp and stuff like that.
yep. Totally thought it was a different thing. Now I know it's not.
So now if we invite you to go LARPing, you're more likely to say yes.
Dude, I'm all about like I've always wanted to do an official LARP. As a kid, I flew my own.
And just maybe it's just because of the word LARP itself sounds totally kinky.
Really? It doesn't sound particularly sexy to me. Hey, baby,
I mean,
wanna
depends
LARP?
if you look it up on Urban Dictionary. Who knows?
We can
I
be
apologize for
LARPing
this. I apologize.
tonight. LARP, baby. I mean, you know, it could be a sex thing. Who knows?
Sorry, everyone who thought I knew what a LARP was. I did not know, and I thought it was something else. It's not.
I do like that out of respect for the fire department and the police officers, Clint didn't ruin their game.
Yeah.
And he
Yeah, the real heroes, you know?
And I do know who
The
Grills
fire
is. Grills is from the comics too. I won't say a ton about him, except that his barbecue is apparently so delicious that people will stand out in the snow to get it. So I hope
Wow.
we can see him barbecuing later.
I was gonna say the fact that he says his name and it wasn't just I always watch these with the subtitles on just because it's easier to sort of for me to pay attention that way. But I'm glad that they said his name as well. I'm like, okay, recurring character.
Yeah, as soon as they said the name, I was like, oh shit, that's Grills. And they actually, upon my rewatch, I realized they actually say it in that little video he does.
Yeah.
But I didn't even
Not
notice
Instagram,
it.
not TikTok. Legally.
I will inform you guys of some comic book trivia here because I think it's funny. Grills is actually his nickname because he grills, like, for his apartment complex. And one day, Hawkeye asked, "What is your real name, Grills?" And his real name is Gil.
Gil. Gil. Ha ha ha. Gil. Like
easy
fish.
nickname.
It's short for Gilbert. But
Oh.
yeah, Gil Grills. It's very confusing to say, actually.
Gil Grills. Right. Gil Grills barbecue.
Gil Grills gives me thrills and chills. But yeah, that's all I'm gonna say about Grills. He's just really cool. He's just like that cool guy you hang out with. So I hope he comes back. It would be disappointing if they set him up and he doesn't come back. But yeah, that's all I really have to say about my problems and some of the things I really liked. You guys got anything?
Not really. I've got 4 more notes. One of them ties in at the end, and then just 3 more on this episode. Being Jack, once it's like, oh yeah, he fences. I'm like, he's got all these swords and everything. I realized, okay, this is a comic book character because just that mustache, that hair, and being into sword fighting. I'm like, okay, he's one of the 3 Musketeers or something. Here we go.
He is his name. Spoiler. Just give a guess of what you think his comic book name is, and you'll probably get it right. Give a guess.
I'm not smart.
What was that, Jack?
Swordmaster.
You are unbelievably close.
Sword person, swordsman.
I don't know.
His name is the Swordsman.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Creativity. 10 out of 10.
I mean,
Yay.
There are swords everywhere in that living room, so if they never call him Swordsman, it's kind of okay with me.
Yeah.
I do want to bring this up. I really hope they include the comic book origin that him and Clint have a history. And I don't think they're gonna make it that he was like the teacher. But I would really love it if like he finally comes face to face with Jack and he's like, I know who you are. We know each other.
And Kate just freaks out, like, oh my god, what? No.
Dun 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 dun.
I can imagine if we're going again with the sort of circus idea, maybe they were, both there together, because that he's not old enough that he's not the stick to Clint's Hawkeye. That relationship doesn't work.
Theoretically, we don't
Good
see
performers or something.
we don't see Jack's dad. Weirdly enough.
Hmm.
This is Swordsman 2?
Well, Swordsman runs in the family, I believe. Like, I believe in the comics, Armand was also a swordsman.
Okay.
Which is why them both betting on the sword was like...
Okay. So with that extra context, that's good.
So I'm wondering if maybe Jack's dad... And this is my conspiracy theorist as a comic book fan. I'm thinking maybe Jack's dad was Jacques Duquesne, and he's maybe the one who taught Clint what he knows, maybe both of them what they know.
That'd be good.
Also, something else to think about is it is possible that maybe Jack is a little older than he looks and he got snapped,
True.
Everything is not what it seems.
What does Doctor Strange think of Wizards of Waverly Place? Ooh.
He'd be insulted.
Very much so.
It's a fine show, but he would definitely be like, this is not how this works.
Yeah,
He'd Wong just get drunk and watch it every night,
Wong would love it. Wong would be the opposite.
No, my only other two notes from this episode specifically were comedy. Yeah, I really like the tracksuit guys, especially at the end of this episode. It's hard to get warehouses now, being renovated. All the jokes are just, it's like, okay, you're threatened that there's a large number of you, but that's about it.
Where's Kate Bishop? I thought.
I just like how she just falls from the building and then she's like, oh, I didn't know we were supposed to bring guns.
Bro, I found her.
She falls through and Clint doesn't even watch her fall. He's like, he looks up, she falls, he just...
Yeah, like he knew, is like, yep.
I've never seen this woman in my life. I mean, I think that like my favorite scene of the two episodes.
And also, like how they're tied up, like how Kate's on the rocket ship and freaking Clint's on a freaking pony.
Yeah.
My favorite scene of the two episodes still remains the Jack fencing Kate scene. I think that scene is a lot deeper than we understand it to be right now, and I really look forward to Jack as a villain. I like, even if he's not the one who killed Armand, there's some shady shit going on with Jack too. I think everyone's a bad guy.
Yeah.
But I really loved I really loved the tracksuits as you guys did. I do think my favorite joke though was still when Kate's like, "How did you go deaf?" And little drummer boy starts playing.
Yeah, and like during the flashback. Like, come, they told me, pa-ra-pa-pum-pum.
It's hilarious. I didn't think the entire soundtrack was going to be Christmas music, but I'm kind of loving it. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
I feel like as we get closer to Christmas, I will be able to accept that a little better.
Yeah, during the scenes where she's like walking, I can hear like Carol of the Bells.
Yeah.
Well, there's literally going to be an episode Christmas week, so I think they're like I think they're just trying to get us ready, you know? Like, this was the first 2 episodes. There's 4 more. There's a lot more Christmas you can throw into 4 more episodes.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
I did briefly want to bring this up, and I actually forgot for a minute. How did you guys feel about the credits sequences? Specifically the intro with Kate, and then the last credit sequence of the 2nd episode?
Oh shoot, I accidentally skipped that the second.
I'll kill you.
Sorry, this is a Marvel property, and you didn't sit through the credits?
I got a little anxious. I was impatient.
What if there would have been a scene after them, Sher?
I don't know. I was just waiting. I was like, let's just get it started. And then you said that. I was like, oh, crud, I should have watched it.
That's alright.
Really
nice. I like them.
I do want to bring up that they have pretty much perfectly copied the style of the comic books, which is why David Aja, the artist of those comic books, deserves a check, Marvel. You need to pay this man. Honestly, if I were him, I'd be pissed after seeing those credits. But yeah, I think that the plot of this episode, of this show, is going to go in directions we don't necessarily know. Like, I don't know if you guys picked up on this with the woman at the end. Do you guys know why she was touching the stereo?
Is her name Echo?
Her name is Echo.
Yes.
Just a wild guess.
I was expecting, okay, I thought, okay, as I mentioned earlier, I was expecting this to be Yelena. Wasn't Yelena. But no, the hand on the speaker thing.
Yeah, for some reason I thought it was Yelena too.
Yeah. This is your visual cue. There's so many characters do this in different shows, when they're deaf. Touch it, vibrations, appreciate music.
So Echo is another character that was not in the comics. But unfortunately, I got very hyped up when waiting for the show, so I actually did research on Echo.
Hey, wait a minute. Isn't she supposed to be getting her own spin-off?
Yeah.
Okay. I read something about that.
Which has me excited, because it means that Marvel are confident in this.
Woo!
I mean, I'm not going to say a ton about Echo's origin or her relations to different characters, but I think that there's a solid chance that Echo is going to be... I don't even think she's going to be a villain for very long. I think she just wants the watch, right? So I think if they give the watch to Echo, it will kind of start to transition where maybe the tracksuits become friends to the Hawkeyes, which I would think would be incredible. It wouldn't be what they did in the comics, but just the idea of them being friends with the guys saying bro and like specifically that one guy who was like really into it, the guy who wanted them to throw another fire extinguisher, and he got really defensive when they were like, you couldn't have found a creepier place.
Which, random side note, Lego do this for like a bunch of the Marvel sets. Every single Marvel vehicle has a fire extinguisher included. It's like health and safety, because you can't use seatbelts. Give them a fire extinguisher. Then, if you do a figure series, you do sets, give us a fire extinguisher with the Hawkeye Cup stuff. Come on, please.
Oh yeah. I really, and I guess I'm about to transition into final thoughts. Do we have any more notes?
Yelena!
Where the fuck is she?
No, I just wrote Yelena! Exclamation mark when I thought, oh my gosh, that's who it's going to be. Not Yelena. That's the next note. So.
Yeah, I thought the same thing. I was like, oh, nope, they're fine.
That's my only other note from these 2 episodes, worth noting, is Kate looked great in that all-black suit, by the way.
Oh yeah, she looked fancy.
Mwah. Brilliant. I am of the opinion that anyone in a fitted suit, 10. Brilliant. Amazing.
I'm trying to think of more things I can say besides my Elena theories because I don't want to fail the people. I want to talk about everything good about this. And to be fair, this is probably, like, not even kidding, one of the most loyal adaptations Marvel has ever done. Like, everything from the comic is present here. You can see the tracksuits, you can see Lucky. It's not perfectly adapted because that would be lame if it was.
No, but perfect.
Again, I think
it was cool that we saw at the start of Hawkeye doing, that the jump off the building, shoot the arrow. All the shots we saw in Avengers, but get them from slightly different angles here. That was fun because that's that moment, and you see that shot. It's like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I like how that was tied in.
And somewhere on the ground during that shot, Hulk is feeling pressured to destroy a car. And then he does. But I think with Loki, it was just right out of the gate. Don't give you a second to breathe. Sure, episode 3 was kind of slow. I think episode 3 was not that great in the grand scheme of things. But with this show, I think it's going to be the slow burn. Like, I think these first couple of episodes, they're setting stuff up. Episode 3, I think there could potentially be a bit of a turn when the plot's going to get a little more interesting. I did actually get to see a sneak peek of a scene from episode 3, and I gotta say, it made me cry. So...
Oh, dang.
Oh, it's not like an emotional scene. It just made me cry because, like, the comic's emotional to me.
Okay.
But, yeah, I think that, like, I saw clips and clips of this show, and everything I saw was, like, just perfect. And when I saw these episodes, I was like, okay, I let my expectations get the best of me. I was expecting a little too much. Of course, they have to set everything up. Yeah, this makes sense. And I really, really like this show. I just hope, like, in the future, there's just a bit more, I guess. Like, I don't even know what it is I'm looking for right now. I guess I just want to see deeper looks into the characters and more thrills. And I feel like we're going to get that, you know?
Yeah.
So, my final thoughts and rating for episode 2 of Hawkeye. I'm very interested to see where it goes. I have very high expectations, but I'm trying to keep those in check, and I'm really excited for the future. This one's an 8-2 for me. I kind of knew both were going to get it, where it's like, these aren't the best thing in the world, but they're pretty good, they're pretty fun. And I am noticing that they're actually burning through a lot of the shots from the trailer. Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
Which
the other one I remember from the trailer is them in Rockefeller, so...
I've only seen the trailer, like, once, so I don't really remember.
Well, I'm wondering if that means that, like... Jack's right. There is, like, what appears to be a big scene at Rockefeller Center, and there's an ice rink scene that's in the trailers. And something that happens with a Christmas tree. But for the most part, a lot of the trailer footage has been shown. So I'm wondering if maybe, just maybe, there's a ton we haven't seen yet. You know? And I think that would be pretty cool because, and I do want to bring this up, a lot of people and some tweets out there's some people that think Kingpin could be in this show. I mentioned it at the beginning. Would you guys like there to be a reveal that Vincent D'Onofrio from the Netflix series is coming back as Kingpin?
I was going to say that'd be my condition. As long as Vincent D'Onofrio.
Sure. I mean, I haven't watched Daredevil in God knows how long, but sure.
I watched.
I was more of a Jessica Jones fan, but sure.
Fair.
I watched Defenders, and I watched I want to say the first season of all the Netflix shows, and then I think I watched season 2 of Jessica Jones and season 2 of Luke Cage, and then I was out.
I've seen all of them.
Dang.
I actually avoided Iron Fist because I heard people said it was so bad.
Oh, let's not go down that rabbit hole tonight.
Shang-Chi is what Iron Fist could be. That's all I'm gonna say. Even down to the dragon.
I just watched Shang-Chi. It was so good. Oh,
Shang-Chi was great. We eventually have to just do a review of Shang-Chi as well.
yeah, please.
Yeah, for that, yeah.
But yeah.
My score. Oh, sorry.
Oh, go ahead. I was actually going to be like, what's your score?
Oh, cool. I'm doing the same as you. I'm giving this one, same as the last, a 7. I do think I enjoyed this one more than episode 1, but not enough to jump up to an 8 or to a 0.5. So, sticking with 7.
You know, what's weird here, Jack, is it seems we're in the same boat more than you thought, because I also thought this episode was better than the first one, but I was like, yeah, but not enough to give it a 9.
Yeah.
Sher, how do you feel?
How do I feel? Well, I just discovered what LARPing is.
And it's not as bad as you thought.
It's not a sex thing.
What it really means. So that was interesting. hopefully my folks aren't watching this. Sorry, guys. No, but yeah, I liked the comedy. I actually do like episode 2 better than episode 1. So I guess we're on the same boat. So really funny moments, really sincere moments. I love the fencing. I've always wanted to learn how to fence, and I've always wanted to learn how to do archery too. So yeah, I actually remember before I did dance, before we actually did dance at my high school, we actually had to do 4 weeks of archery class because my dance coach was an archery coach. So yeah, I sucked at it. I may have gotten like 1 bullseye, but I sucked at it.
I took archery too. That was pretty okay.
Yeah, but back to Hawkeye. But you know, it was nice. So yeah, I'll give it an 8 again. Yay!
My goal, my secret hope, is that the show earns a 10. I don't have to give it an 11. It doesn't have to soar to the heights of the fucking galaxy, but I really want to love this. And I think with Jack specifically, like, I really like this villain. They really built him up to be smarter than he looks, and kind of full of himself, but it also feels like he can probably live up to being full of himself. I'm very excited. So
his confidence is earned.
Same score as last time?
Yep, that's a 23.
Yep.
I mean, that's solid. Like, to be fair, that's still double digits. Rounding up, that would be a 25. But yeah, everybody go see Hawkeye. It's pretty good. How are we gonna end this episode?
Good night, everybody. I'm telling you, LARPing is not what it is.
I want specifically the fact that you said it sounds so kinky. It doesn't.
To me, it does.
LARP.
Hey, honey, you want to go LARP tonight?
No.
It doesn't sound kinky.
No.
It honestly sounds like a type of rug, like a LARP tarp.
LARP.
But go ahead and plug yourselves. Let's start with Jack.
Sure. Hi, everyone out there on the internet. I'm Jack of all trades, and I'm back online again. I've been away for quite a while, as have my co-conspirators here of the Disney Plus pals. We've not done this podcast in a wee while. I'm back to uploading My Hero Academia Season 5. I'm finishing, because I just stopped when I stopped, so I've got a lot of catching up to do. And there's a lot of stuff for me to cover that's transpired. The Cowboy Bebop Netflix series is going at the moment, Hawkeye, all the movies I've missed, other TV shows, Adventure Time, that Infinity Train video that I said I'd edit months ago is finished. I still haven't uploaded it yet. So I'm going to be doing a lot more stuff on the channel now. And I'm looking forward to continuing my awkward and weird parasocial relationship here with you all.
I also look forward to whatever that word is. Parasocial? I've never heard that.
Parasocial, it's like specifically for like the relationship between content creators and the audience.
Oh,
Does
nice.
that audience knows you so well and you have no clue who they are.
And we haven't uploaded in a while, so hopefully a good chunk of people will be like, "Oh yeah, they're still alive." I mean, I've been saying on Twitch for months we were coming back for Hawkeye. Like, I knew in some way there was going to be Hawkeye coverage. Sher, do you have anything you want to plug?
Hello, people. Real name is Charisse. I'm just a normal human person
In a
in a
ninja
nursing
suit.
program.
That's a human person.
Yes, yes. I'm a normal person in a ninja suit and just discovered what LARPing is.
You could LARP in that ninja suit. Don't giggle, it's not sexy.
I don't know, it's just the way that you said it, it's kind of funny. But anyways, yeah, I really just don't really, I don't have a YouTube channel because I'm busy with school and the nursing program. I don't think I will have time to do anything posting related. That's why I really miss Stardust because I at least was able to post on there. But yeah, like I said, I don't think I'm gonna have a YouTube channel anytime soon. So for any Sherry the Diswiz fans out there, it's probably not gonna happen. I'm sorry.
But
So you have to subscribe to this channel here to get all your Sherry the Diswiz content.
Yes, give me your views.
give Kneale your views, and maybe I could just talk about something random. I don't know, but I have a Twitter. I think I was able to change it. It might still be at Sarah's and Cherie's, but I think I'm under Sherry the Dismiss. I don't know how Twitter works, but I think I fixed it. And I'm also on Facebook. The last thing I posted on Facebook was Halloween when I dressed up as Cruella de Vil, Emma Stone version for the new Cruella movie. So check that out.
I remember you sending me pics of that.
It was fun. Had a horrible English accent. So.
Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, here on the YouTube channel, we are coming back with new stuff. Specifically, I promised that I was going to do coverage of Falcon and Winter Soldier. Like, I was going to do like a Kneale solo review of Falcon and Winter Soldier and Loki, and I never did. The reason I never did is because I made a decision, and I'm going to end up regretting this. I'm going to do a solo review of everything in the MCU.
Ooh.
And I'm going to be doing it in order of my personal list. Meaning the first...
Famous list.
Yes, we're going to be starting at the worst one, meaning...
Captain
Marvel review is coming up soon.
You're gonna do Captain Marvel again?
I'm gonna do... I've seen this movie so many fucking times. And I never am happy about it. I don't like Captain Marvel, and I've seen it like 8 times. Meanwhile, I think I've seen Doctor Strange like twice. It's not okay.
Wow.
But also, we're going to be uploading more Twitch content. Of course, if you want to see that live, you got to go to twitch.tv/DrKneale. We're going to be uploading my playthrough of Life is Strange True Colors, which was actually really good and really emotional. So I hope you guys enjoy that playthrough coming up. I'm also just going to be throwing up some more highlight videos, hopefully. And just some funny stuff in the future. I don't want the channel to be dead anymore, so I hope to make more stuff. Don't hold me to it and don't expect any of it super soon. But the Captain Marvel thing is definitely happening because I did already rewatch it.
I can't wait to see that. That's going to be a fun topic.
I'm just saying, when it's me by myself, I think I'm going to be much meaner. I never liked this movie.
I remember last year when we did it, I was a little bit too, maybe a little too nice to it.
I am, yeah. But yeah.
This was actually around the time when we talked about the Disney princesses too.
I mean, it is going to be weird starting at my least favorites because after Captain Marvel, I think is Thor Dark World. And then eventually we can get to the good stuff.
Ouch.
But yeah, so hopefully that's on the way. I also have considered just doing reviews in general, which I don't know if I want to do. I guess chat, let me know if you would want to see me talk about Andrew Garfield's new movie, Tick, Tick, Boom. Because that was really good, and I think I have things to say about that. But
Andrew Garfield's other new movie, The Eyes of Sally Mae, also really good.
Yes, and those are the only movies coming out anytime soon that Andrew Garfield is in. There isn't a single other one. What are you talking about? The lizard getting punched by nothing. Shut up.
No, it's just sand. There's sand everywhere.
It's sand.
It's rough. It's irritating.
The Sandman turned against him. That's what's happening. You know what? You know what? They cut out Bonesaw. Bonesaw McGraw was going to be in that scene and hitting Lizard with a chair. It was going to be great.
I'm just excited to see Green Goblin. He's one of my favorite Spider-Man villains.
Maybe it was Green Goblin. He's not in that scene. Maybe he punched Lizard. I don't know.
Green Goblin and Doc Ock join Peter to fight the others. You know?
Wait a minute. Who's that? Who's that punching lizard? Oh my gosh, it's Paul Bettany in a wig and a dress. There he is. Once again. Artist that Paul Bettany has always wanted to work with, Paul Bettany. But yeah, that's our episode. Thank you for watching, and I have no... Do you think of sexy stuff whenever you say it? Be honest.
Yes.
You're a perv. Later.